Well, hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I bring you the review of this week's chapter of The Walking Dead. Wait, no, Walking Dead? No, it's Fairy Tale 481 of its name, Historia of Corpses. Yes, I did indeed try to make a joke about the chapter comparing it with The Walking Dead, because at the end of the day, this chapter was all about the dead coming back to life. Even if it is an illusion, the dead did indeed came back to life. But the chapter begins where the last one left off, with they realizing that Shimon is nothing more than a fake and it's actually an illusion. But as Neinhart effectively says, it's not a mere illusion because it is a actual being, let's call it like that, and it can use the magic of the deceased people, which is the most terrifying point of Neinhardt's magic. Because if it was just bringing them back to life, it would be one thing. If it was just an illusion, it would be one thing. But it's an illusion that can use the deceased people magic. All of this based on the living people's memories and feelings from that person. So it's a pretty terrifying magic. Who knows who Neinhart could bring back to life? Because it appears to me that there's no downgrade to his magic. There's no limit to who he can bring, because we've seen him bringing back Ur and Azuma from the Seven King of Purgatory, and Purahito, the former master of Fairy Tale. I mean, these are all pretty powerful characters, and not just them, but it makes us wonder if Neinhart was able to resurrect other people. He could resurrect some pretty powerful people. Again, it's not truly resurrection, it's an illusion. It's, as I said in the last video, to me is still a sort of a memory make, but not for magic for people. He makes people instead of magics for himself. But it is nonetheless, at least the way I see it, it's still but an illusion, although albeit being a very extreme, a very powerful illusion. Because, as he says, his magic is based around the creation of life just feelings and emotions, and memories from feelings and emotions are the same thing. Sorry about that. But it is a very powerful magic. That's what I want to say. Kagura is reticent, is holding back on fighting against her brother because, well, of course, it's her brother nonetheless. And as she's hesitating, Neinhart doesn't, and so Shimon attacks, and Jalal gets her out of the way, and they are both thrown at the sea. But Neinhart doesn't stay with just semen. He resurrects a former foe of Erza. I forgot her name, but apparently it's Ikaruga. I don't remember where she appeared. That's the thing. But I want to say, wasn't she part of Phantom Lord? I do not actually remember her. I should have gone checked it, because I do not remember this girl. But if I'm not mistaken, she was part of Phantom Lord, or wasn't it? I don't know. I'll check it afterwards, and maybe next chapter I'll remember. So that I don't stop the recording now. But it's not only Karuga. Neinhart resurrects a load more people, and meanwhile, Kagura and Jalal are at the bottom of the sea, and Kagura realizes that Jalal is stuck in some debris, and she starts debating whether or not she should free him. After all, Jalal, willingly or not, he was responsible for Shimon's death. Sorry, for Shimon's death. So Kagura is still at this part of the chapter, still conflicting if she shouldn't or shouldn't save Jalal. Let's face it, Should she have chosen not to save him, it would be a very stupid action on her behalf, because she would get revenge for her brother, but most likely she would came up to the surface, and probably she would die, because whether she likes it or not, Jalal is a very important force, and is a very, very great force, and so he should be present at the battle to help. Meanwhile, Erza is holding her own against Ikaruga, but out of nowhere, another person is revived, and that is none other than Azuma from the Seven Kings of Purgatory, back from the S-Class saga. And this guy, back then, he already did some tremendous damage to Erza, and now fighting both Ikaruga and Azuma, and lately another person, Erza will have her hands full for the next few chapters. I do not believe that she will face them all on their own, but there might be some dividing to be done here, because not only we have Azuma and Ikaruga, we also have Kyoka from Tartarus back to life as well. So these are probably the top three enemies of Erza, the most powerful enemies of Erza that Erza has ever faced. And so I do not believe that she will face them all on her own. If you remember, she had a lot of work facing each one of them separately. Yes, she's gotten stronger from all those battles, but now she's weakened because she's injured. She's been fighting all along, and just fighting these three guys, it's not going to be good for her. And so the trinity of the top strongest enemies that Erza has ever faced stands before her. Kyoya or Kyoka, Kyoka. I always mess up her name. Kyoka, Azuma, and Ikaruga all face against Erza, while Neinhart is just laughing. And now his magic gets even more and more terrifying. Not only can he resurrect people or create the illusion of resurrected people, but he can expand that to a wider area. And we see that because Ur appears before Gray and Leon. Zancro appears before Meredy. The Necromancer from Tartarus appears again. The other guy from Tartarus, the one that faced against Wendy, I forgot his name again. He appears as well. And the most surprising resurrection for me in this chapter is no one else than Purihito. I was not expecting this, but I believe that this resurrection might hold something very important for the story, because as you know, Purihito, despite being all evil now, once before he tried to resurrect Mavis, so he might know something that can actually help on that behalf. And and this is a big if the illusions can get a hold of themselves, even if it's for a while, then he might be able to help on that regard. I am trying to imagine this as a sort of an Edo Tensei from Naruto. If you remember, Edo Tensei from Naruto is a technique that using a body, a sacrificed body, one can revive a certain person, and those certain people can get a hold of themselves if they can break the jutsu. Itachi managed to do that, if you remember. So, despite I still strongly believe that this magic story is pure illusion, I'm also kind of feeling that Purihito might be able to break out of Neinhart's control and just do a little something that can help. Because let's face it, he's before Luxus. If they fight, Laxus has no chance of winning against Purohito on his own, because even a team of Natsu, Lucy, Erza, Gray, and I believe Wendy, was it? I don't know. Back at the S-Class arc, they had a lot of work against Purohito. And Laxus, being strong as he is injured. He's very, very injured. So I don't think either Jalal, Kagura, and Erza end the fight before any of the other resurrected people can do something, or Purohito manages to break free of his control and does something, or as he's about, if this happens, as he's about to do something, Neinhart is defeated and so the magic disperses. I don't know, but I just think that if the resurrected people slash illusions manage to fight against who they're up against, I believe that this will turn into a messy, messy bloodbath. Not a literal bloodbath, but, the good guys aren't going to leave unscathed of this fight. And to end the chapter, we have Erza getting her ass kicked, literally, poor girl. And we have Kagura, and we see that Kagura decided, thankfully, to save Jalal. And she also turned a little naughty, and I don't think Erza will enjoy that. Kissing her man like that. Kagura, you little naughty girl. I am joking, of course. She's trying to revive him, mouth to mouth. So nothing naughty on that. I'm just joking. And so it ends the chapter. Next chapter 482 of its name Vigor. We'll see what happens. Probably Jalal gets up to his senses, falls in love with Kagura. I'm joking. And the fight goes on and on. And we'll see how it goes. Will each of them fight against one of the revived corpses? Will one of them manage to go straight to Neinhart and managing somehow to break the magic? What do you guys think? Please tell me in the comment section down below. I would enjoy a lot to read your comments on this. If you wish to comment, if not, well, that's your decision. But I would very, very much enjoy to read your comments, to share your opinions with me as I do with you. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for being late again, but yesterday my internship ended a little bit later than usual, and so I was kind of tired, and you know how it is. So I hope you have enjoyed it once again. I will see you right away with the review of this week's 7 Deadly Sins, which was an awesome chapter. I really enjoyed these last 2 chapters of the 7 Deadly Sins, and you'll have to see that video to see my opinions on that. I will see you right away.